Our next operation is a sweep operation. And a sweep operation is a combination of an extrusion, which extrudes a curve into a certain direction, and a loft, which connects surfaces or curves. Sweep one rail. For that we need a rails curve and a section curve. Let's start with a section curve first. For instance, if we want to have sweep between, let's say, one of these polygon shapes, let's make it let's make it a 6-sided polygon. Let's define it in the front viewport, somewhere over there. The top viewport, we can move it back a bit. And let's create another one. For instance, an ellipse. Let's do this in the right viewport. Okay, let's move it a bit. And then we define a rail curve. Let's start with one of the knots over here. And let's do a bend and end exactly onto the curve. It's important that they connect. So in this case, a one rail sweep will define this curve as a rail curve. Let's click on it over there. And then we have to select the different, one or more different cross-section curves. So we start with the 6-sided polygon and end with the ellipse. Enter. Let's check that the seam is at the right point and is oriented in the right direction. Okay, enter. And let's activate the shaded viewport, maybe for the perspective view, and maximize it a bit. And now we will see that our sweep one rail is making a transition between a single curve at the beginning, at the end. You might even define intermediate curves, but we steer the way that the curves are connected with the rail. In this case, we use one rail. Okay. Let's select the surface and remove it, but we keep the same beginning position. Let's define as an additional rail to have even more control. We'll start with the knot. Maybe we can go to the top viewport, and then we can twist out a bit and end up back onto the curve. It's important that you use the object snaps so we are sure that the curves are really connected. Oops. Okay, so this is the second situation. Let's activate the sweep two rails. Select the first rail, select the second rail, and then the cross-section curves. Enter. Check if the seam is pointing in the right direction. Enter. And there we see we have now additional control over the transition between these two sections with two different rails. Okay. So that is a sweep operation.